Level 1. The river. You are 8 years old. The hills of Samnium, central Italy. Your family name is Pontius. An old name, a proud name, worth almost nothing in Rome. Your people fought Rome once, generations back. They lost. Now the family buys its way up one rank at a time. Your father is an equestrian, the second tier, high enough to see power, never high enough to hold it. There is a stream below the house. You cut your hand climbing the rocks, and you kneel at the edge and wash the blood away. The water clouds red, then runs clear. Clean. Gone. Like it never happened. You are 8 years old, and this is the first lie you ever believe. Level 2. The ladder. You are 19. Rome does not care about your name, so you serve. Cavalry first, then staff posts, then garrisons at the cold edges of the empire. You learn how the machine works from inside it. Rome is a ladder, and every rung has a price. You watch commanders rise because they married well. You watch better men rot in border forts because they offended someone at a dinner party. You take notes. You keep your records spotless. You keep your opinions locked behind your teeth. Somewhere above you, at the very top of the ladder, an old emperor is withdrawing to an island, and a new kind of man is running Rome in his absence. A man who collects loyal officers the way misers collect coins. Level 3. The patron. You are 30. His name is spoken carefully, even in daylight. Commander of the Praetorian Guard, the Emperor's shadow, the most dangerous man in the empire, and he is looking for men exactly like you, hungry, unconnected, grateful. You attach your future to his. You marry well, a woman with ties to the imperial household, a woman with sharp instincts you will learn to trust too late. Doors begin to open. This is how Rome actually works. Not merit, proximity. Every favor is a loan, and the interest compounds. You know what happens to men whose patrons fall. You take the loan anyway. Level 4. The prize. You are 36. The letter arrives with the seal of the emperor. You are appointed prefect of Judea, governor, supreme judge, commander of 3,000 men. On parchment, it is everything you have climbed for. Then you learn what the posting actually is. A strip of desert on the edge of the map. A province that has chewed through governors like a millstone. A people who riot over things no Roman can even see. Your predecessors called it unrivable. Your patron calls it an opportunity. 10 years. You will spend 10 years holding a lid on a boiling pot. And history will remember exactly 1 hour of it. Level 5. The standards. You are 37, and you have just made your first mistake. You order the military standards into Jerusalem by night. Iron eagles, portraits of the emperor. By morning, the city is screaming. To you, the standards are furniture. To them, they are graven images inside a holy city, an abomination beside their temple. A crowd follows you back to Caesarea and sits in your stadium for 5 days. They do not throw stones, they do not riot, they just sit. On the 6th day, you surround them with soldiers and draw swords, and the crowd does something no crowd has ever done to you. They kneel, every one of them. They pull their robes aside and bare their necks. Thousands of throats, offered, ready to die before they move. Your soldiers look at you, you look at the necks, and you blink. The standards come out of Jerusalem. You have learned the lesson that will define your decade here. These people will die for things you cannot see, and your sword is useless against men who do not fear it. Level 6. The aqueduct. You are 40. The city needs water, so you build. Miles of stone channel across the desert hills. It is the one purely good thing you will do here, and you pay for it with their money. You take funds from the temple treasury. Sacred money, untouchable money. When you next visit Jerusalem, the crowd is waiting, and this one is not kneeling. This one howls. You have prepared. Your soldiers are already inside the mob, dressed as civilians, clubs under their cloaks. You give the signal. The crowd breaks like a dropped jar. Bodies in the streets. Blood on the stones your aqueduct will wash. Order is restored. A line is crossed. Because every dead body in this province becomes a letter, and every letter sails to Rome. Level 7. The falling sky. You are 41. The news reaches you months late. Your patron is dead. Arrested at the height of his power, strangled in a cellar, his body dragged on hooks through the streets. His statues are hammered into gravel. His friends are being hunted, list by list, name by name. You serve at the pleasure of an emperor, who now executes men for having shaken the wrong hand. You are the wrong hand. You govern the empire's angriest province with no shield above you. One more riot, one more complaint, one more letter with your name in it, and you join the lists. From this day forward, you have one policy: quiet. Whatever it costs, whoever it costs. Keep Judea quiet. Level 8, the prisoner. You are 43. Passover. The city is swollen. Pilgrims sleeping tend to a rooftop. The air tight as a drumhead. It is early morning, and the priests are at your gate with a prisoner, a Galilean, a preacher. They want him dead, and they need your signature to do it. You expect a rebel, a knife man, a shouter. They bring you a carpenter with rope-burned wrists who looks at you like he is the one taking your measure. You question him. King, they say he claims. He answers in riddles, calm as still water. You ask him what truth is. He does not answer, and the silence is worse than any answer. You have sentenced hundreds of men. You know guilt. You know fear. This man carries neither. You send word to the priests. You find no case here. As far as you are concerned, this is over. Level 9, the trap. It is not over. The courtyard is filling. The priests have salted the crowd, and the crowd wants blood, and the noise is exactly the thing you cannot afford. A riot at Passover, with your patron dead and your record stained. You maneuver. You offer the holiday pardon, one prisoner freed, their choice. You put the carpenter beside a convicted killer. The crowd chooses the killer. A note arrives from your wife, her hand shaking the letters. She has dreamed about this man. Suffer nothing to happen to him, she writes. You have never known her to be wrong. You go back out. You try flogging him instead. Blood as a compromise. The crowd smells your weakness, and then someone in the mob throws the spear that actually kills you. If you release this man, you are no friend of Caesar's. 8 words. Your patron, the lists, the cellar, and the hooks. You look at the prisoner. He is already looking at you, and you both know how this ends. Level 10, the basin. You are still 43. It is still morning. You call for water. In front of the crowd, the priests, and whatever god is watching from behind this prisoner's eyes, you wash your hands. The water clouds. Then it runs clear, clean, gone, like it never happened, the first lie you ever believed. You hand down the sentence, and you spend the rest of the morning on one small defiance. The placard above the cross, written on your order, King of the Jews, not claimed to be king, king, in 3 languages, so no one can miss it. The priests come sputtering. Change it, they say. You look at them the way you should have looked at them at dawn. What I have written, I have written. It is the bravest sentence of your entire life. It is 3 hours too late. By afternoon, the sky over the city goes dark, and you sit alone in the fortress, telling yourself it is weather. Level 11, the mountain. You are 46. You barely remember the carpenter. There have been so many crosses since. But the province is fraying faster now, and in Samaria, a prophet gathers thousands on a holy mountain, promising armed hope. You have kept the lid on for 10 years the only way you know. You send cavalry. It is a massacre, and this time the letters beat you. The Samaritans complain to the governor of Syria, your superior, and the order lands on your desk like a blade, recalled to Rome. You, the judge, are summoned to be judged. 10 years in the furnace, and it ends with you as the defendant. You board the ship in winter and watch Caesarea sink into the sea behind you. Level 12, the empty throne. You are 47. The seas are slow. By the time you reach Rome, the old emperor is dead. The trial you rehearsed in your cabin, sentence by sentence, will never happen. The new emperor is a smiling young madman with no interest in the paperwork of a desert nobody. Your case simply evaporates. There is no verdict. There is no vindication. There is a shrug. 30 years of climbing, and the ladder ends here, in an anteroom, with a clerk who cannot quite place your name. The histories lose sight of you now. Exile, says one tradition. A cold town in Gaul, far from every throne. And the story they will tell for centuries says that you did not die well. Level 13, the water. The legends find you by a river in Gaul. An old man with a governor's posture and a habit the servants whisper about. You wash your hands, slowly, carefully, more than a man needs to. They say you finally open your veins, and the water takes you. They say your body is thrown in the river, and the river rejects it. that storms follow your corpse from water to water until it is sunk in a black mountain lake that bears your name to this day. Legends. But here is the fact, and the fact is stranger. Every governor you envied is forgotten. The emperors are marble faces without voices. And your name, the name of a mid-level administrator who washed his hands of one prisoner to keep one province quiet for one more year, is spoken out loud every single day by billions of people, in a creed 2,000 years old. Suffered under Pontius Pilate, you climbed your whole life to make Rome remember your name. Rome forgot. He didn't. You asked him once what truth is. You have had 2,000 years to think about the answer. And now, you are living with truth.